So I trained my BJJ at North Coast Jiu Jitsu, and when I was searching for a place to train, I actually looked at several places, and some were a little bit closer, but after I watched videos of Kyle and how they had the website design and I read the information, I chose North Coast, and I was very glad that I did. Saturday mornings they do Jits with hits, which is the jiu-jitsu with gloves, and we like to do all around from stand up to the ground.
1, 2, ready, holds up both, little step on the jab, let's watch the bug on the right, boom. Remember the hands go straight out, straight back, they should pass each other like they're in traffic. Circling, nice and light, remember we always circle away from the bad guy's backhand. Mix in jabs, mix in rights, mix in 1, 2s for this first round. Let's do it. Nice, one thing on your foot, it's very good, it's tight, you're keeping this one up, but you're using your shoulders and not your hips. So you're coming through, like watch my foot, you're doing this, see where I turn my shoulder, and my foot stays, right, and now look, I'm kind of off balance here, it's the opposite. Keep your shoulders square and turn your hips. Better, yeah, see you stay square, that was good. Right, just turn my heel up. Yes, exactly. My hips go this way and this way, right? Perfect. Only thing, on that 3, right? If I throw this 2, I'm throwing my right. When I throw my 3, right? Okay, I'm gonna be throwing all those combos like this. What? Jabs, rights, 1, 2, 3s. Okay. Only difference is we're gonna mix in a takedown. Okay. So I'm gonna go 1, 2. I'm gonna level change and then. Yeah, I don't have to take the guy down if I don't want to. If you want to finish, you can. But
1, 2, 3 pineapple.
1, 2, 3 pineapple. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Reset for a second. Level change pineapple. And level change. See my switch? Right. Then look, my chest is up. I almost think I'm running out of the block. I'm just gonna step in. Let me see.
Why do you like your right foot forward and front?
Power. Yeah, that's just kind of how I've always done it. I feel smooth in that chapter. For sure. If I go all the way down to my knee and he starts to sprawl, I'm pretty low, right? So the poor man's version gives me a little bit more posture. And remember, we're not always fighting on soft, cushy mats, right? If I do a hard penetration step, boom on the sidewalk, that wouldn't feel very good, right? I can bounce off the mat a lot easier than I can bounce off the pavement. So if I don't want to crack my kneecap on linoleum, sidewalk, right, whatever, a poor man's double boom can be just as strong. And look, I kind of saved my knee. Now I can drive through this guy and get my power leg up. I can finish all the same. Put your head over the leg. So if you sit up to the left, hold my head on the opposite side, right? I usually step with the right, so my head goes left. You step into your left. Your head right.
Is that penetration?
So when I level change, I just switch through here. Right, so give me like a 1, 2. So if I go 1, 2, and then when it's takedown time, my level change, right? And then I go coming this way. So bottom of side control, right? Super important. And I know what to do down here, right? If a guy gets on top and is allowed to punch. And a punch, elbow, he's got pretty wicked knees to my head, he's got knees to my body, it's all bad, right? So when we're underneath here, against the person who's allowed to punch, we want to try and do is just get this connection. It's going to be very hard for this guy to hit me unless he makes space, right? If I can hold him down here and stay really connected, he doesn't have a ton of opportunities to hit me meaningfully, right? Remember, the person can always kind of hit you when they're on top, but we're worried about meaningful shots, painful shots, right? If we connect strong, it's mostly just going to be little ticky-tack stuff. When he opens up to hit me big, right, try and hit me hard with something, right? When he does, look, he gives me space. Right? Just trying to get my legs back in the game. So the goal is lock the guy up. Here, but I'm gonna have to a little more. So, 4 up here that take care of all 4. Lock this. Yeah, nice. Right? Lock that one as best we can. Bring your elbow up a little higher. That's about where we want to be nice. Right? Once we're here, we got a lot of options. Okay? There's one option that's very similar to our headlock escape, where I bring my leg over his face and I start to peel the guy away. I can start to sit up. I can start to just shrimp out and get my knees in. Okay, so play with both of those. Here we go. Side control. I'm heavy, I'm connected, but the dude sits towards my head.
And that could be from frustration from all these tricks. Oh, well, this ain't working.
Right. But as soon as he does, block. Right? Don't let him hit. Block against the face. I'm pushing him down. See how I'm leaning him onto his back? I don't want him leaning forward.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we're coming out. Again, it's just his arm on that side, right? Full body Sherman against his one arm.
Feet, my hands, this whole 180 I've got covered with things I can throw out if I start to tip.
Right.
But straight behind me, I got nothing.
Exactly right. So yeah, he's exactly right. It's kind of like the two sides of the circle, right? This front side of the circle, I can't really take him this way. He's got way too much stuff. Anytime you see a dead angle and you start to push a guy into it, assuming you're not extending your arms or anything, it's usually a good thing to do. It's something always to be cognizant of, right? What direction can this guy not base, right? That's a dead angle. You can almost always start to influence a guy in that direction, right? So I like to be here, right? One's on the neck, one's blocking the arm. I start to shrimp and circle. Outside leg covers the face. I peel the guy off. That's option one, right? Option two, I can try and roll this person. I cover the arm. I'm gonna lock my hands around the arm. Notice I've got the arm here, right? I'm not locking my hands here, because why? He can start lighting me up. So you cover, lock, and we push. Remember, I use my feet. I push into the bad guy. When he pushes me back, right, go ahead, I break. Take the guy over nice and easy. Now we're on top right now. We can start doing the damage here. Yes, we're just on that. Nice. Yeah, right there. Nice. Perfect. Again, you don't want this guy to punch, right? Now, roll open mat, right? Nice and easy with the strikes. Keep it technical. Think about that side control stuff we did today. I think it'd be smart. Start a round or two in side control. Get some live reps from there. See if the moves we did today work, right? So, focus on that headlock, do a couple more, and then just move into open mat.
So here we're just kind of working on some techniques that I worked on that day. One of them is to bridge, to get the opponent's head going towards the mat, and then when they push back, you just use their energy and roll them right over. So I thought that was a pretty cool technique. We spent a little bit of time working on that during open mat, and then we started doing a drill where one person would start down, and the other person would come on top of them in side control. And the person down would try to escape either by reversing it or putting the person in their guard, which means between their legs, or by getting out. And the person on top is just trying to keep the person down. So being that it's Saturday Jits with hits, I have to control his arm to stop him from punching me. But as you can see, he stapled my arm down with his knee, and I was quite vulnerable at that time. So he was nice to me. He could have been punching me in the face. And so he just reset, and I was able to get my arm out and then put him in my guard.
You can still have last, right? You're still top 30.
Even if I'm letting you that way, you have your legs, you can move your feet, right? You can kind of move your feet, and just, so the more I
Oh, too close. You just learn a range, dude. Right crossing my feet.
Good, nice and strong.
Right? Oh, man. Then they do that.
And as I try to get heavy on him and secure a headlock, he's going to slip right out that back door there. So if we were to keep going, he probably would catch me in a choke or something from behind.
Step over.
I don't know. It's like if you bum rock,
Always trying to get that guy belly down, right? When you roll, that's how you roll, right?
as soon as the punch
Yeah,
got
exactly, right?
as soon as the punch got
As we're going, right? I'm trying to, buddy, I can rip it that way, right? It's not gonna hurt him going this way. Rip it from the body this way. Then I get tall, and I twist, right? Because remember, if I don't get tall, if I rip it out and then come back, it's just gonna go right to his body again. So I go out strong, right? If it stays glued up, and then I go over the body back. Try it.
I want to see fitness on people like this week.
That's right. That's right.
I got it, don't worry.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Perfect. Nice job.
So one of the things I wanted to work on was Kimura, which is a nice shoulder lock. You get kind of like a figure four grip across the forearm. And this is me doing it from guard position. And person taps when they feel too much pressure on the shoulder, so to avoid injury. So here he was showing me how to do Kimura from side control. So when you're across and you want to step over the head and kind of leverage against the floor. This is another variation where the person is on their side and you kind of sit on their head, pinching your knees over their head and twisting the arm. Doesn't sound too comfortable or too friendly, but very effective technique. So here we were doing a little bit of a free roll, and I was trying to incorporate some of the things that we were working on for the day. I believe in including the Kimura. We'll see here. Yes, I believe I'm going to step over, extending the arm and lifting.
I'm excited, man. You got lethal submissions. No, you're good. No, that's good. Because now I can't even clasp my hands. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Oh, I know, yeah, you do it.
I like it.
Nice shrimp.
This position.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to get this and take you over.
Yeah. It certainly got you way out of the way and pointed with his hand.
Yeah, that's what I tried. So like anytime.
This is what we do in jiu-jitsu class. Awesome.
No, that's both next level.
I don't know about that.
True though.
What's true, John?
Well, funny you should ask, Chris. It's if playing guitar is like just like anything, you go through awkward, like a beginning phase, and most people never get past that phase because they just think they can't do it. But it's just like jiu-jitsu. Like everybody was an awkward white belt when they start jiu-jitsu. But now that you've been training for a couple years, you see somebody come in here and you're like, they think that it's gonna be like this forever. And you're like, oh yeah, I remember when I was like that. It's the same with guitar though. In 2 years, you'll be jamming and somebody else will be like, I didn't know Uncle Frank could play guitar. But I can't do it. I can't make a C chord. And it's like, you can do it. You just gotta like
Just
get past that
initial phase,
yeah, that uncomfortable part of not being good at something.
Yeah, even like if you come over from another martial art too, it's the same thing. Like you have to be able to empty your cup and be willing to learn from the beginning, bottom up.
People too, it's like you get, I think especially when we get older, like you get less comfortable not being good. You just expect that because you know you probably have stuff you're good at, and it's like you're putting yourself out there to take on something new and be brand new at something all over again.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah.